to the Bharat Mandapam at the G20 venue where our team is stationed, and Parikshit, my co-anchor, is standing by. Parikshit, hi, how is day one? Recap that for us first.
Well, day one was full of surprises. There was a lot of speculation since morning whether there will be a communique or not. By afternoon, it was clear that India was moving towards consensus. And finally, at 3 o'clock, we had this announcement from the Ministry of External Affairs that there will be a presidency press conference at 4 p.m. And then the Prime Minister thumped the table and congratulated everyone for reaching consensus. So it was indeed a celebratory mood here at the Bharat Mandapam, and a historic day indeed. India achieving consensus on all paragraphs in the Delhi Declaration. Yes, in fact, we were just listening to a European Union briefing, and an EU official said that there was no consensus till the last moment. It really went down till the wire. It was a difficult negotiation, but they managed consensus, and all the key outcomes that the world was looking for on debt restructuring, on cryptocurrency regulations, on MDB reform, sustainable development goals, all of that was achieved, and the G20 process succeeded in the end. The addition of African Union, as you said, was important, was very important, Ritu, because India had been pushing for that, and many of the problems related to debt that we're talking about, Ghana, Zambia, Chad, Ethiopia, all of them are dealing with Africa for that matter. So it was important to have African Union on the table. The other big deliverable that we must speak about is the infrastructure corridor deal that was announced on the sidelines between India, United States, Europe, UAE and Saudi Arabia. This rail and ship corridor will be very critical and will be a counter to the Belt and Road Initiative. A lot will be said about it, and it's not just a statement of intent. If you look at the White House release, it says that within 60 days, leaders from these countries, their representatives, officials will meet to start implementing this on the ground. So there is really a strong intention to begin work on this as soon as possible. So that was one important point. How did India achieve consensus? Well, we know about the positions taken by Russia and China. They were playing very tough in the room. We heard that the negotiations were ruthless, in order to quote Amitabh Kant. But finally, we're told that it was some of the emerging economies like Indonesia, South Africa, Brazil, which actually helped India to convince the G7. A notable role here played by President Biden as well. It seems that United States had a role in convincing the G7. Aside from that, today you had all the big leaders visiting Rajghat. The presidency will be handed over to Brazil around noon, and then you'll have a presidency press conference as well. I think there would be some surprises today as well that we may see. But Ritu,